Respects Dez more than I do. I mean, he loves this team. He loves the Cowboys. He loves to play the game. He's very passionate about it. And, so totally respect and appreciate where he's coming from there. And obviously, we've just got to continue to work on our end and see where we're going to end up on it. Not really a time frame just yet, but obviously it's going to happen sooner than later. I mean, we got the new year coming up, and we've had a lot of moving parts. We've been getting our staff together, and once we got our staff together, then we've had some meetings. But of course, Jason, had his father pass, which was very unfortunate. So, we'll be spending a lot of time together here this week, and I'm sure we'll start to make some pretty good headway.
Okay, Cowboys fans, this is the Pillow Talk version of my thoughts. Basically because I'm so sick right now. My freaking allergies are just on 10. I don't know if you guys can hear it in my voice. And anybody who's from the DMV area, the DC area, knows that the weather's really been like 31 days, 70 the next. And that kills my head and the pressure in my nose and my face. So I'm just like, even standing up, I just get headaches. But nonetheless, I want to get this video and give my thoughts. I want to do this video and give my thoughts on Stephen Jones. So Stephen said a lot today, a whole lot. Scandrick, Randy Gregory, Zach Martin, David Irving, the drafting a D tackle. He talked a lot. What you take from it is what you take from it. But let me just set the stage when it comes to Stephen. Stephen has this poker face mentality about him. He's not like Jerry in the sense that he falls in love with players. Jerry looks at these guys as though they're his kids, and he's a great owner, and he loves them. Stephen has always, and here lately, as he's been assuming more duties, rather, he's been looked at as, the enforcer. He has a godfather. I don't know if you guys remember Michael Corleone from The Godfather. When he took over the family, he's like, yo, we got to clean up a lot of this, even if it means he had to kill his own brother. And I don't want Stephen to kill his own brother, but you can tell. So we'll jump right into it. Dez is the biggest one for me. It looks like, and it's pointing towards a massive pay cut or Dez out. To me, I wouldn't be a fan of it, because you do that, you're going to have to reach for a receiver in this class to where I don't think the receivers in this class, I don't think anybody in this class would even come close to the production that Dez would give you. I know there's Cowboys fans out there saying he's over the hill. I still think Dez can play. I've been on record saying that. But when the money lines up, he's due 12 over the next 2 years. They may look at it and say, let's just get a cheap guy. We want to run the ball anyway. So good luck. That's number one. Number two, for me, the biggest takeaway is obviously Scandrick won't be here. He alluded to that. And that I think it's now pretty much official that Byron will be a corner next year, which is great. Maximize that. See if you want to pick up the 5th year if he plays great at corner, like you said, great at playing against tight ends, and so maximize him at corner. And now, again, receiver or free safety, because like he said, and if you watch the interview, if we go Byron corner, now at free or a safety period, there's a void. 19, if you want a stud, you may even have to move up for the guy who I've been jumping on the table for. I love Ronnie Harrison, but the guy who I'm jumping on the table for is obviously Derwin James. So those are my two biggest takeaways. Obviously, everything he said about, Zach Martin. You can hear his tone was different when he was speaking about Zach Martin. When it was about Zach Martin, it's like, we're going to find a way to get this done. Even David Irving, he had some good things to say about Randy Gregory, wanting Randy Gregory to kind of get himself straight, but he has a home with Dallas. He said he kind of window dressed his comments with Dez. It was like, we appreciate everything that Dez has done for us. that's how you know kind of the writing is on the wall for me. You know, and this is the first, and Steven spoke for a long time, and he did not mince words with anything that he was saying. You could see in his poker face, he's not playing games. Out of all of these topics, what do you guys think was the biggest telltale signs, and what topics, what do you think will happen? He spoke on free agency, partly because of money and partly because of their philosophy. They want to draft their guys. They want to pay their guys, play and pay their guys. So is it one of those things to where don't get your hopes up for your Earl Thomases, your, you know, any of these free agents, offensive linemen that you may have, you know, coveted? Because again, I saw a video that Joe did. It was great, and it's so true. And I've been saying it. Dallas's mentality, they don't go into a draft targeting one position. They're gonna let the board fall to them because they've been picking later. Obviously, they got Zeke high, but when they pick later, it's one of those things. It's like, we're gonna be prepared whatever comes to us. Best tight end, offensive line, free safety, strong safety, receiver. So, but they did kind of, and this could be a smokescreen, but Steven obviously did rule out defensive tackle. That's nothing new to Cowboys fans. I just did a video on the combine. Go check that out. I think that Vita would fit perfectly. I also like Maurice Hurst, but the Cowboys don't covet that position. So, anyway, Cowboys fans, what do you guys think of all this? I'm going to try to get better, get my allergies together. Let me know. Like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. Let's talk about it. It's your boy Foots. Peace.